Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Musings of Star Niche. The nights are getting a little chilly of late. I think in the last 2 days from Sunday night onwards. So I'm a little wrapped up. I want to talk to you guys about my most strongest sentiment today. And unfortunately, that sentiment is that of regret. Uh, well, it's not really regret on my part. I wasn't the one doing the regret, but the general idea of what regret is. And mostly regret that comes from things that you didn't know, you couldn't control, or that was not something that you were directly responsible for. Now, for example, I have my glasses. I kind of need this to survive, and if I break it and if I drop it and break it, then I can regret it, which is my fault. But let's say I leave it somewhere and then somebody else sits on it and it breaks, then it's not really my fault. So I can't be at regret for it. But uh, there is still some amount of regret that, oh shit, for nobody's fault this happened. Like I left it there, partially my fault, but the other person could have checked before they sat down, so partially their fault. So it's not really one person's fault in entirety. And then but then there's so much of unresolved feelings lying around that just because you didn't know. It's a weird limbo kind of a state to be in, but it exists in a lot of different aspects of life. And I just don't know how to tackle with that, not yet at least. I think the safest thing to do is be very zen and Buddhist about it and say let go. But that also takes a lot of practice to be able to just let go, depending on how intense this thing is and how much of a fault of somebody else it was, and you are going to be the one suffering for it. But then, yeah, if you look at anything in that angle, then suffering is because you hold on. But if you let go, there is no suffering. Whoa, this thing just took a wild turn. Uh, that's it for tonight. And I really have to thank every little subscriber of ours, 142. We haven't peaked or we haven't like hit a new high in some time, but that'll happen. That's never been the goal. So if people have been following me for since Jan 1st of this year, it's never been the goal to gain subscribers. It is just me blabbering and trying to be consistent, as consistent as I can in doing something, just one thing constantly for every day. So far, so good. Good night, guys. Thanks for staying tuned.